Although we have a noisy dog down here enjoying the farm on a nice warm April day, let's try to give a little overview of the Remington V3. Starting out with the butt of the gun, we've got the by now familiar supercell recoil pad that most folks are familiar with. The basic stock design is very close to the Remington 870. So if an 870 12 gauge fits you fairly well, chances are good that the Remington V3 is going to fit you also. You can see behind the receiver is the shim. The Remington V3 is shim adjustable, however the shims are not available yet. Best guess would be June or July for the factory shims. A lot of people won't need them. I don't. Remington sold 11 or 12 million 870s over the years, and none of them come with shims. So there you go. The trigger guard is slightly oversized. The crossbolt safety is larger than average button at the rear of the trigger guard. Most people like that. Let's take apart the gun and go over the gas system just briefly. We'll take apart the gun, go over the gas system just briefly. Similar to the Versa Max in the sense that it's a VersaPort system. However, this is a 3-inch chambered gun, so what we've got is, I believe, a total of 8 ports. All 8 ports activated for 2 3/4-inch shells. A 3-inch shell, unfolded length after it opens up, it blocks off 4, so that holds down the bolt speed. This started out as a black synthetic 26-inch barreled V3. Went off to black ice coatings. Lee Meacham did a fine job with the camo. This is Fatal Flight camo, which I think is excellent, at least for this type of terrain. There's a little green in there, so it'll go well with the fall mix of colors. The VersaPort system, the dual gas pistons are right here. Similar to a PCV valve in an automobile, if it rattles, it's working. Recommended cleaning interval from Remington for cleaning the gas system is 2,000 rounds. After you screw off the end caps, you can remove the pistons, use a .40 caliber pistol brush to clean the gas system. That's about it. Since it bleeds right off of the chamber, it's true you do get a slight reduction in 3-foot muzzle velocity. Something around 40 feet per second. Not of any importance or significance at 30 yards or 40 yards, but you do get a slight reduction in velocity. It also takes the edge off of recoil. And the Remington V3, 7 1/4 pounds. I think it is the softest shooting 7 1/4 pound autoloader you can get today. Number 2 in that ranking would probably be the Versa Max. Would be very close. In actual shooting, particularly with light loads, 1-ounce loads, I don't think you'd be able to tell the difference. But it is a very soft shooting gun, and it's got a good recoil pad. So those two factors, along with a slight decrease in muzzle velocity, helps out the Remington V3. One of the complaints I've heard but have not had is that these little gems are torqued in too tightly from the factory. I haven't had that problem. When you break them loose the first time, maybe Remington's using a jackhammer to put them on. I don't know if they can be tight. When you reinstall them, you're not going to have any problems. The recommended torque value is 100 inch-pounds, and that's not much more than just finger tight. Firmly finger tight, it gets you about 100 inch-pounds if you don't want to mess around with a torque wrench. Originally, it was planned that the V3 would come with only one rem choke. modified rem choke tube, but Remington's changed their mind for the better, and you do get the regular array of choke tubes. Improved cylinder, modified, and full. The full choke is made out of a different alloy, sometimes referred to as being carpenter steel. Anyway, the full choke in the V3, you can use steel shot in. Steel shot, heavy shot, any of the tungsten shot, doesn't matter. Steel is generally the most abusive to a choke. So whereas most guns, there are some exceptions, but most guns call out modified for lead, but full for steel, which never has been the truth. You can use your full choke for steel with a Remington V3. It's a 3-shot magazine, so for waterfowl use or in Illinois for virtually anything, dove, pheasant, you're going to want to put in a 2-round limiter. Pretty easy to do. A little plastic deal on the top, just slides to the side and out it comes. You drop in the little green 2-round tubular magazine limiter, and then in we go, give it a twist, and she's locked. So that's pretty well straightforward. One thing I forgot to mention is the top of the V3 receiver. You can barely see it here because of the camo, but it is drilled and tapped for a base if you want to attach optics for turkey hunting or perhaps predator hunting or for whatever reason you want. It uses the same base as the Versamax does. Loading's pretty straightforward. Drop the first one in, the next two glide right in at the base. Not a real problem. These are 1-ounce loads. Apparently, if you keep the gun super squeaky clean, it might work with fast 7/8 ounce loads, but Remington recommends 1-ounce target loads like this, 1180 feet per second or higher. So let's see how it works. Not much to it, certainly with 1-ounce loads. There's no felt recoil that's even worth mentioning. It also shoots extremely softly with 1 1/8 loads. Let me grab some. We'll break a few more clays. Sorry about the wind. We'll be using 1 1/8 Federal Gold medals, 1145 feet per second, and that'll be a wrap. And that's about all there is to it. Nice gun. Everybody's perception of felt recoil is different, of course. In my case, even though I'm just wearing a light shirt, there's no padding here or anything like that. I think 1 1/8 loads you could shoot all day, all night. There's really not much going on here. No malfunctions yet. One of these days, perhaps there might be, but I haven't had a single malfunction. Failure to eject or failure to feed, whether the prototype or whether it's this 26-inch model. So that'll do it. We'll see you later.